Hello everyone, welcome to this week. I hope you've looked at the feedback from your assignment and reflected on how you might use that in assignment 2. In particular, assignment 2 is all about research methodology, or a more holistic look at a research proposal, where you take your research question and you think about its alignment to particular research methods. Now I'm going to post a really neat little article up this week from Phoenix University, which talks about research methods and alignment to the question. Basically the key message in that, and it's a perfect hack, is to always wonder and think about and reflect and brainstorm whether your research question will be best answered with qualitative or quantitative methods, or a mix of those. And often the research question will give you a hint to what method may be best. So for instance, and it's in this article that I'm going to post, quantitative research questions will begin with a kind of phrase like, what factors influence X and Y. So you want to identify the factors, and then you want to measure the influence on X and Y quantitatively. Or, what is the relationship between X and Y? In that case, you're looking at a statistical relationship usually between those things. Or, what is the cause of this type of behaviour or this phenomena? So in order to determine cause or causation, we need to use particular quantitative methods. We can't do that qualitatively. So you really want to think about the way your research question gives hints or indicates the sort of method you're going to use. And hopefully when you've developed those research questions and you've looked at the methodologies used in your literature review, the types of methods and instruments used, you can also get a sense of whether this question's approached more quantitatively or qualitatively. If you're interested in, if you have questions which really relate to a human experience or a cultural experience or a social experience of something, then you're really looking at qualitative research. So your research questions would begin with words like how. How do people perceive X, Y, and Z? What is the experience of such and such in this aspect or this area of life? In what ways do people find out about or understand or learn about this particular certain phenomena or thing in the world? And so if you're using words like how and in what ways, words like experience or perceptions of, for instance, you're probably looking more at qualitative methods. And if you go back to your literature review, you can have a good look through whether qualitative research is a more dominant methodological approach, or quantitative or mixed method. So for this particular assignment 2, you can't do everything. It's not a huge assignment. There's not a huge word count. But you really need to think about alignment and logical alignment, so that that your research question really does line up and is phrased in ways which are usually linked to one research methodology or another. If you're interested in mixed method research, where you're going to measure something, as well as look at the more experiential components of something, then that's great. But you always have to think about the time frame and how long that will take, and which will go first, the quantitative survey, for instance, followed by some interviews or focus groups, or will the focus groups interviews come first and inform the formulation of a survey? So it becomes a lot trickier to think about what you want to find out and why, and which type of method comes first or simultaneously. So I'll leave you with the neat little article from Phoenix University. You've already hopefully gone back and looked at the type of methods used in your literature review from assignment 1 and got a good sense of whether they're qualitative, quantitative or mixed method. And then I want you to think about your research question and how it aligns with a particular method, particularly in terms of the language you're using. If you want some feedback, please email me. I'm happy to give that. And I really look forward to seeing your thoughts, I suppose, and to reflect on your learning, I suppose, as a teacher myself, in terms of what you take away around alignment. I mean, what alignment means in research and the logics of alignment. If we can get that right, we're halfway there to designing a good research project. Until next week.